you ever wonder why Warzone pros have such good aim? You watch them play and think, why can't I do that? Well, I did. But instead of blaming cheaters, SBMM, and everything besides myself, I decided to do something about it. It's March 2020. Warzone just launched, and with it, so did my streaming career.
Whoa, let's go!
But there was a problem. I wasn't very good.
Oh no!
Until I discovered one thing. Aim training. Games like Kovacs or Aim Labs combined with COD private matches transformed me from a bot into someone that players were accusing of cheating.
No! Come on, boys!
Everything was going great until Warzone 2 came out. Because like a lot of you guys, I just stopped playing. The game was terrible, and it felt even worse on keyboard and mouse. Now the MW3 integration did fix a lot of the gameplay issues, but still left me feeling like keyboard and mouse was useless.
Can't even see what I'm shooting at ever with any gun.
So I switched to controller. Back to square one. I was once again the bot. But this time, I knew my potential and exactly how to get there. But I wasn't sure if aim training on controller would help as much as it did on keyboard and mouse. So I dedicated myself to 30 days of aim training to answer 2 questions. Does aim training even work on controller? And could I get as good as I was on keyboard? There's a quote that I live by from one of my favorite books that says, "You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems." Which is really just a fancy way of saying your goals mean nothing unless you have a daily plan to reach them. Because the idea that you're just gonna haphazardly and randomly grind super hard and just hope to get better is not only exhausting, but counterproductive. And that really applies to anything you do. So here's the plan. I set up my routine to target 3 big skills: centering, or where your crosshair is at all times; flicking, or the ability to accurately target switch; and tracking, the skill of staying on target while it moves. My training had 2 parts. First, Aim Labs. I selected 5 exercises and did 4 sets of each for a total of 20, kind of like working out. I customized the settings of each exercise to make it uncomfortable enough to make me improve, but not unrealistically challenging. Grid Shot trains flicking and centering. Sphere Track trains tracking over distance. Reflex Shot trains flicking and reaction time. Strafe Track trains tracking of targets quickly moving. And Free Track, which kind of brings it all together. But that's just the first half of my training, because that's all useless if I can't actually apply it in-game. So I also trained in MW3 private matches against bots with 300 HP. My first drill was against regular difficulty bots at a score of 100 with aim assist and sprinting turned off. For the first 50 points, I only focused on perfect crosshair placement, predicting where players would be. This is called centering. The last 50 points, I practiced strafing, or full left and right left stick movement. This is arguably the most important skill for any controller player to learn. Left stick movement activates your aim assist more than anything. The second and third drill go like this: 15 minutes of free play against veteran bots. The first 15, I do it with no aim assist to make it more difficult. The goal behind no aim assist is to train harder than you actually play. That way, when you do get into a real game situation, it's easier. The second set, I would do another 15 minutes with aim assist on. This is to really bring all of the training together, because while turning off aim assist is very beneficial, playing with aim assist requires a different level of stick movement that I don't want to mess up. This was a pretty great plan, but over the course of the 30 days, I knew I'd need to make small improvements to my training and challenge myself against real pros. More on that later. Week 1 went surprisingly well. I was settling into a routine, getting more comfortable with controller, breaking all my PRs, and even making some surprising progress in game. But there were just as many bad moments as good. And this kept me motivated to keep pushing. All right, week 1 is in the books. Let's talk about the 5 things I learned. Number 1 is confidence. I feel infinitely more confident in game playing Warzone than I have felt on controller ever. Number 2 is you get out what you put in. There was one day this week where I was super tired. I had worked on 2 different videos, so my training went terrible. Those are the days you have to dial in and focus the most, because that is where you're gonna grow the most. As far as the actual aim training goes, the strafing is what I found was the hardest to control on controller, and something that I'm thinking about taking into my gameplay in Warzone is strafing left and right a lot more. So not only am I learning about my aim, but I'm learning about how I can weaponize the things that I think people on controller struggle with. And the last one is an adjustment that I'm gonna make to my training, actually. I like where all of my aim labs training is right now, but I want to change my private match training. I feel like my adjustments when I had aim assist on were worse. So I think I'm gonna adjust my training by going down to 10 minutes of no aim assist training and then 20 minutes of aim assist training. Really excited to see how the next 3 weeks go. Week 2 was even more progress. I felt like I was finally getting into flow state and playing like I did on keyboard. But it was time to test myself up against a real pro. Meet TCap, another Warzone content creator who's also spent a ton of time improving on controller. I challenged him to a friendly 1v1 so I could assess how I was progressing. Here's how it went.
All right, ready to roll?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, let's get it. Nice. I had because of that. Set that up.
To be honest, it's kind of buggy. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. No!
Undo, dude.
No! Ooh. Ooh, that was really good pre-fire.
That's
So
like
nice.
The number one thing I try to tell people.
You have to remember you can't.
I thought you were...
Oh!
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh,
nice
you... No! Oh, dude! Oh! I gotta at least get 20. I can't let this go down like this. No!
There it is.
That was so close. GG's. Hey, that was fun though.
Yeah, especially not if you're not playing a whole lot of controller, you're killing it.
And afterwards, I asked him to share some tips.
What was the number one drill or like practicing that you did? Was it no aim assist bots? Was it aim labs? Was it 1v1ing friends?
So, yeah, I would say the one that I by far have the most time in is just no aim assist against bots.
Yeah.
And I still stand by that's like hands down the most efficient. However, I will say that aim lab was really, really good, especially near the beginning for just like developing that like right stick control.
Yes.
I think once you get to a certain level, effectiveness starts to wear off.
Yeah, there's diminishing returns.
But again, I think if you're someone like making the switch or you're brand new to controller in general, I think aim lab is phenomenal.
At least doing that for the first couple weeks gave me way more confidence.
In weeks 3 and 4, I was really starting to feel like a dominant Warzone player again. I wasn't losing very many gunfights at all, and the wins were starting to rack up. But to be honest, I got a little complacent. I let a few IRL commitments and being behind on videos get in the way of my training. The beginner gains were starting to wear off, and I felt myself plateauing in my aim labs training. Before I knew it, my second 1v1 with TCap was happening again.
Oh, shots. Yeah, fast sometimes it's tricky.
Yeah, dead. Good shots.
Oh, I thought you'd shot the other way. Oh. Oh.
No, I ran out of ammo. GG's.
Now you might be thinking, your 1v1 didn't improve. because you're right, I was thinking the same thing. But I can definitely tell you I came out flat and he came out shooting nukes. Plus, that's only one of 3 tests. My aim lab scores consistently improved across the board. And my actual Warzone gameplay not only consistently improved, but dramatically. I mean, in 30 days, I went from barely being able to hold a controller to consistently dropping 20 bombs in Warzone. At the beginning, I set out to answer 2 questions. Does aim training even help on controller? And could I get as good as I was on keyboard? To the first one, yes. Aim training absolutely changed the game for my aim on controller. But to the second one, the answer is no. And I shouldn't expect it to be yes. I spent 3 years training super hard every single day on keyboard to get to where I was. It's gonna take me more than 30 days to do that on controller. But none of that even matters because I gained back the one thing that you need to be great at anything: confidence. And I'll be taking that confidence into my next 30-day challenge. Subscribe to follow along my journey. Thanks for watching.